Hey, Stackers, you wondering about hotel and airline reward points and not sure where to start? You don't want to get into credit card debt, and yet you see these people scoring all this free stuff. I scheduled a fantastic discussion for right now with Lee Huffman, who's got a great podcast called We Travel There. And we're going to talk to him about how these loyalty points work, how to use them, not get abused. Let's dive into, though, American travel. A difference when you're traveling domestically versus traveling internationally.
No, absolutely. One, I think most Americans don't even have a passport. Maybe like 50% do. And of those people that actually do have a passport, they don't really use it, you know? And so obviously the vast majority of Americans are only going to travel regionally or, you know, within the United States. And so, the ways to improve your travel there, one, find an airline or a hotel that you really love and stick with it. You know, accumulate those miles and points as quickly as possible by getting the card, by using their shopping portal, sign up for the dining rewards program, all these different things to accumulate as many miles and points as quickly as possible. That way you can book some free travel and save those Benjamins for other goals that you have.
These point programs out there, obviously, you only want to do these if you're paying the credit card off in full. But my question is this. I was at a Camp Fi recently, and they were talking about how, I use the Marriott point program because I just like staying at Marriott hotels. So I decided that was it. I found out at a Camp Fi, that is not a great point program.
Yeah, we call it bond void. You got bond void whenever there's a bad problem. So it's turned into a verb.
Why is that? It's so hard to accumulate points?
No, ever since they acquired Starwood, you had some very loyal people to Starwood. They were used to high service levels. Marriott hasn't always lived up to those expectations. And then, you know, they've done a lot of different changes to their credit cards and to the rewards program that's, you know, and then obviously, you know, some of the service issues when you're staying at a property. So they just turned it into a verb. You know, bond void turned into bond void.
I got bond void. I was told by those people, the Hyatt program right now is where it's at in terms of point value. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
Hyatt has one of the best values as far as points. They have some of the best elite status benefits. Like Hilton and Marriott have been actually devaluing their upper levels of elite status, whereas Hyatt still has some of the best benefits as far as free breakfast, you know, either in the lounge or at their on-site restaurant. And they waive, like the parking fees for valet and those type of things when you're redeeming points. So it's one of the best programs. The problem though is they don't have locations in every place you want to go. Mm-hmm. And so like Hilton and Marriott and IHG, they have a far superior like map of locations. So whereas if you want to use Hyatt, like you may or may not have a property there, or if they do, you maybe only have like a Hyatt Express or, you know, one of like the lower level properties like a Hyatt Place.
Back in the day, Airbnb in it or VRBO seems so fun.
Yeah.
Lately, it seems the shine has come off of some of those properties. You still like getting the local flavor with an Airbnb or VRBO?
I've only actually stayed at one Airbnb property ever. And it was for a soccer tournament for my kids and over in like Eastern Tennessee in Gatlinburg. We had a great time, great experience. The owner was very receptive and responsive to, you know, some still like small minor tweaks. The big problem I have is if you are staying for a short period of time, the cleaning fees overwhelm.
Oh my God, they kill you.
Yeah, they overwhelm like the per daily rates. And so they really only make sense if you're in like a really big unit and with a bunch of people, or you're going to be staying there a little bit longer period of time. What I don't like is that not only are you paying to stay, you're paying a cleaning fee, but then they actually give you this laundry list of, okay, put the dishes in the dishwasher, take the trash out, take the sheets off the bed, you know, all this stuff. I'm like, why am I paying you a cleaning fee if I'm doing all the cleaning? Where's my portion of that money? You know, and so that's what I don't like.
What's sad is it used to be, you know, like a couch surfing thing, and it was fun between a certain type of traveler, and now it's just become a hotel surrogate.
Oh, sure.
And yeah. But
well, I'll say this, like when you talk about Marriott and everything, think about the place, like when you're picking a hotel loyalty program, think about where you like to travel, you know, and look at the locations of what properties they have there. And maybe you're okay with a lower level property because maybe you're not going to spend that much time in the property. But maybe you're taking your wife for an anniversary trip or like a special birthday or something like that. You don't want to stay in the Holiday Inn Express, right? Like she's not going to be impressed. Like you want to be at a Park Hyatt,
free
a Ritz,
breakfast.
Free
breakfast. Come
on.
I
mean, those waffles are pretty good. I will say, I love like the waffles, but think of the type of experience that you want on the vacation you're taking. And maybe you don't care. All you need is a bed and a clean like place to put your stuff, and then you're happy. And then go ahead, go forward like those budget level properties. But if you're going there for a special occasion, those type of things, you want something higher end. Like we went to St. Kitts a few years ago, and they have a Hyatt and they have a Marriott. Both of them are on the higher end. The Hyatt was a higher end property. The Marriott was like upper middle class level, but there were no Hiltons, right? And so if you want to go there and you're dead set to go to St. Kitts, even if you had millions of Hilton points, you're not going to be able to stay there, right? And so I always tell people, like, plan the next vacation that you're going to do and figure out what airlines fly there and what hotels are there, and make sure that the level of experience that you want matches what the availability is. And then from there, focus on getting your credit card points. You mentioned earlier that obviously pay off your bill, but there are other ways to be able to earn miles and points and rewards on daily activities where you don't even need a new credit card. Most of us shop online. Instead of going directly to like Staples or Target or Kohl's or Home Depot or whatever, instead of going there first, go through like a shopping portal like Cashback Monitor, or directly to like American Airlines or Southwest or Hilton. They have these shopping portals. You can go there. So not only are you going to get rewards on your card, even if it's a debit card, you can still participate in this. You're going to get rewards directly from the website. It's basically kind of like sharing the affiliate marketing revenue that they're going to earn off of your purchase.
Oh, you're getting both.
Yeah.
You're stacking rewards.
Absolutely. So you got double rewards there. Whenever you travel and you're looking at different places to eat, it's a new city. You don't really have any ideas of where you're going to eat anyways. Go to their dining rewards program, or also sign up for this app called Dosh, DOSH. They provide cashback rewards anywhere range from like 5 to 10% cashback. Go to both, basically sign up for both of those programs and link your cards, and then go there and see which restaurants are participating in those programs. So now basically all the activities that you're doing on your vacation are earning miles and points and cash back towards your next vacation.
Wow. And on that note, I want to ask about airlines, because, now that I'm back in Texarkana, I can fly any airline I want as long as it's American Airlines. So, which stinks too, because also at Camp Fi, a thing that I learned was from the credit card hackers there, is that is the worst points program, only because it's so rigid, right? It is very rigid. It's hard to move points in and out. But to your point, I have the dining part. I use the shopping portal. So I try to max the hell out of it because it is my airline.
Yeah.
I heard, though, from a lot of people, Southwest is still, that companion pass, Lee, still the number one game in town. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I've had the Southwest companion pass every year since 2007.
Can you tell people that don't know what the hell we're talking about what that Southwest companion pass is?
So actually, there are several airlines that offer a companion pass or a companion certificate. And so basically what that allows you to do.
American's one of them.
Yeah, American has it on certain credit cards. So Delta has it as well. And so basically, when you have that credit card and you meet certain like thresholds, sometimes based on spending, you get a companion certificate where you can buy a ticket and you get a designated companion that can fly with you for free. So that's a great deal. And depending upon what type of flight you're taking, you can save hundreds of dollars on that. But Southwest does it one step better. Actually, a couple steps better. One, you can fly unlimited times throughout the year. And so my wife is my companion right now. We're going to go to Cancun later on this year.
Now. I like the right now.
Well, it's right now because sometimes she has like a normal job. I'm this like slacker, freelance writer that works from home, and I get to travel. Whereas like she has like a normal 9 to 5, right? And so
you got to specify the companion.
Yes.
So
basically with Southwest, you pick your companion and you can actually change it 3 times per year. And so what I do is I book a flight, like say we're going to go to Cancun. And then once that's done, my son and I are probably going to go on a ski trip. So then I'll switch and now he's my companion. And then I can book tickets for him to go with me. And so that way, whenever you go on these flights, whether it's if it's domestic, you basically pay $5.60, like the FAA taxes. But if you fly internationally, there's sometimes a little bit more taxes. But basically, you can use it a limited amount of times, whether you're using cash or credits or points to book your flight. Your companion can fly free with you, and so it has saved us thousands upon thousands of dollars every year for the last 15, 16 years, and it is by far the best airline benefit out there, because if you're like me, like you want to save money and you want to be able to go on as many travel, destinations as you can go, that's the way to go because you're saving all this money on tickets.
First, I'm glad you weren't announcing some marital disharmony. I thought she was dumping you.
No,
not yet.
No, I kind of get to that edge sometimes with her where I annoy her a lot, but thankfully she's very forgiving.
She's close to letting you go. The second piece, though, is that I'm hearing also, which we've said before, but I want people to hear this. Don't be afraid if you travel a lot then for these cards that maybe cost you a few dollars, right? Yeah. There's some annual fees with these cards, but between TSA PreCheck, which they'll often pay for, the companion certificate, maybe the lounge access, those can give you a lot of money.
Absolutely. Like we were just in Cabo for fall break and we hit the airport lounge there. We got free drinks and food for like 3 hours before our flight. And we got our money's worth. I'll just say that.
As always, Lee with fantastic advice. Hey, if that helped you, make sure you like this video so more people see it. Pass it on to friends. Make sure you ding that bell, by the way, so that you get notified of future videos that we have at Stacking Benjamins. Good news for you, too. This was part of a much larger podcast episode we did with Lee. So tune into our audio podcast for the entire discussion with Lee, where we go over a lot more on travel. I'm Joe Saul-Sehy. We'll see you next time back here, Stacking some Benjamins.